The hottest real estate markets that are likely to give you the highest returns. Yes, want to get rich? Listen in. We have the lowdown on the best realty bets of the future. These are the ones which are set to be the Gurgaon, Thane and Whitefield of tomorrow. My colleague Suesha Sawant met with the team at Cushman and Wakefield today, who gave us their pick of India's hottest property markets, and she joins us with the update on that. Suesha, tell us, which are tomorrow's hottest property markets? Where should I buy a home?
To give you an overview of the report, Cushman and Wakefield have come out with a list of emerging markets with potential growth in the commercial space. Now, to break this down for you, obviously when there will be an increased demand for commercial space, this will lead to job creation. This job creation will further lead to infrastructural development, which means that there will be an increased demand for housing and there will be a growth in the residential space also. Now, we have already seen cities like Bengaluru, Chennai, Delhi, NCR, Pune and Mumbai. These have been the cities when you talk about both demand and development. But it also is true that the destinations in these cities which have already been in demand are quite full. So if you want to purchase an office in Gurgaon in the NCR region or Whitefield in Bangalore, they are pretty much full. So now what are the new destinations which are going to catch eyeballs in the time to come and which are going to be in demand? Now, of course, all these cities have been, in demand for different reasons. They all have their own key drivers, whether it's about the quality of space or infrastructural development, good connectivity, lower rentals, proximity to the airport. All these cities have been in demand for their own reasons, but the new destinations in these cities that are likely to pick up include the area around the international airport and Tumkur in Bengaluru, the stretch between Siruseri and Navalur in Chennai. In Delhi NCR, one should look out for Dwarka Expressway and New Gurgaon in the time to come. In Pune, it would be Nanded city, and in Mumbai, it would be Panvel. So ideally, these are the new real estate hotspots which one should look out for in the time to come.
Thanks for that, Suesha. So the next big question is, how viable are these hot destinations? And to answer that question, we have an expert voice joining us here on the show. Sanjay Dutt, Executive Director at Cushman and Wakefield, is here with us. Thank you so much for being with us, Sanjay, on the news on Magicbricks Now. Now, Suesha just told us about these new emerging destinations. Your report lists the top emerging commercial destinations. Tell us, which are the hot residential markets at the moment?
Residential markets, actually, once you see absorption of close to 40 to 50 million square feet, which we anticipate next 1 year and 2 year consistently to remain in the top 8 cities of the country, in those micro markets in less than 20-kilometer radius to 30-kilometer radius where employees would like to live, you will see a surge in demand. But the surge in demand will primarily be from those people who can afford and who are employed under those sectors. If the majority of the sector actually is under IT and ITES or outsourcing, then the affordability of the developers, from developers' point of view, is very clear that they have to deliver something between 50 to 70 lakh rupees, a 2-bedroom unit, or at best 1.5 crore unit in those micro markets. If those residential projects are launched, I can assure you that you will see a surge in residential demand in all of these top performing micro markets and cities and many emerging markets, because that's where the economic activity is happening.
If the demand is as per your prediction, what kind of housing is likely to come into the market? Talk to us about that.
The demand for housing market right now is from end users. So you have to look at it from their perspective. If they want affordable tickets, 2 to 3 bedrooms is the right segment. In some cases like Mumbai perhaps, where the values are very high, even 1-bedroom apartments actually would also appeal to a lot of young population which need not necessarily at this stage need to buy 2 or 3 bedroom because Mumbai is very expensive. So you will see demand mostly in these segments, and the price points will remain 50 to 70 lakhs to 1.5 crore, mostly in suburban and an affordable segment overall.
You know, at the moment, most of these areas where you see future potential, you know, they are currently priced very low. Sanjay, in the time to come, once the development actually starts increasing, in how much time can one see the prices in these areas go up?
So it will take 2 to 3 years before prices see the kind of increase that we saw last 4 to 5 years. I think initially you will see increase in sales, and then the prices of the secondary market, which is trading at a discount in comparison to what the developers are trading at. So let's say if the developer is selling at 10,000, the secondary market may be trading at 7,000 to 8,000 rupees per square feet. Once the trading in the secondary market reaches 10,000, that's the time when you will see an upside in price from developers.
Okay, you know, this question comes from as me being part of an audience that's watching us from a layman's perspective. If I'm an investor, what would be your piece of advice for me? Should I go and invest in these emerging markets, so to speak?
Please buy closer to location where there is actually going to be genuine demand and not speculation. You can go to a cheaper location from future point of view. So you can go to New Gurgaon, you can go to Manesar, and some of those developments will actually be very superior developments, by the way, in terms of infrastructure. But it may not give you the upside, and the reason for that is perhaps there may be just too much of supply in those micro markets.
All right, Sanjay, we will take that piece of advice from you. But before I let you go, I understand that the current markets are quite saturated and the corporates are soon eyeing newer destinations. But most of these emerging markets on your list mostly lie on the periphery of these bigger cities. On what grounds do you call them hotspots? You know, what makes them viable?
So we all are familiar with the condition of infrastructure in our cities. All top 8 cities see a deteriorating infrastructure is because the pace of growth and development is higher than the infrastructure the government is able to deliver. And as a result, each corporate and each consumer is actually looking at where the next comfort or growth will happen and where the infrastructure is going to be superior or where it is better today. If there is road connectivity and there is good social infrastructure and if it's still out of the city, people will go there because you need transportation, you need connectivity with the main city, and if you have social infrastructure, it is livable. And if that is Thane Belapur Road in Mumbai, for example, or Panvel, then that is the micro market that you should go and invest and live because it has the necessary critical infrastructure in place.